Hello, I'm Captain Phoenix and welcome to my corner. In this video, I'm gonna talk about this recording, Bill Evans' Tales. It is Record Store Day, Black Friday release of the 24th of November 2023. It was yesterday I bought this record and has been listening to it. I'm gonna present you about for this record, the background for it. It's never before released material. I'm going to present you for the music and some of the material that's in there, the booklet. And I'm also going to share, unfortunately, some information about what should not have been on this release. So I hope you'll hang on. In the summer of 1964, that's 60 years ago this year, Bill Evans and his trio with Chuck Israels and Larry Bunker went on their first European tourney. It was just a few years after Scott LaFaro, the bassist, which plays on Sunday at the Village Vanguard and other top-notch Evans recordings, he died. And this trio with Chuck Israels and Larry Bunker was the first steady going trio for a couple of years that Bill Evans had after Scott LaFaro died. They visited Denmark, they visited Sweden, and probably a lot of other places. In Sweden, they recorded this one, Waltz for Debbie, with the Swedish singer Monica Zetterlund, and I can really recommend this. It's a pretty recording with the trio and Monica Zetterlund singing. But this is not what this video is about. This video is about this release, recorded 2 weeks before the other one in Sweden, and the tapes have been forgotten, or at least they haven't been released. This music here, and what we hear here is yeah, it's pretty much the same tunes on the two sides, as you can see. There's Waltz for Debbie, My Foolish Heart, How My Heart Sings, and Sweet and Lovely on side one, and then I Didn't Know What Time It Was. That has, as far as I know, never been recorded before with Bill Evans. And on side two, it's My Foolish Heart, How My Heart Sings, Sweet and Lovely again. And Round About Midnight, which is recorded 5 years later in '69 with another trio with Eddie Gomez and Marty Morell. But the main part of this release is with Larry Bunker and Chuck Israels. The tapes for this one was recorded by the Danish National Radio, the Danish Broadcasting Company, and it was transmitted sent in this in '64. The tape, the material for this one was provided by a Danish musician, author, teacher in music called Ole Mathisen, which I have interviewed on mail up to this release. And about the release you see here in the background, the former triple LP Treasures, Bill Evans Treasures. He's been delivering the tapes for that. On my video, I'll put a link in the description. I tell you that of this one, I tell you that it comes from the private recording of Ole Mathisen. That was what he told me, that he had recorded this in the early or mid '60s. Afterwards, I've spoken to somebody else who knows Ole Mathisen and is part of the Danish jazz community. And I got informed that it was not exactly what happened, but she was a little, hush-hush about it. What I think has happened is that Ole Mathisen, which also is an author, he wrote this book about the rhythmical music in Africa and the United States. I haven't read it yet, but he was so kind to sign it with the greetings to me. What happened just after these recordings were, these concerts were made, was that Ole Mathisen was employed at the Danish National Radio, which had the tapes. And what I think, it's my guess, but I think it's a very good guess, is that he made private copies of the Danish radio tapes there. We don't know for sure, but I think that was what happened. Ole Mathisen was 18 years when this concert was made, so he might not have recorded it at that time, or at least it's not that what was used for these release here. This release here. Okay, but never mind. Ole Mathisen saved these tapes, his copies probably. The Danish National Radio does not have the tape anymore, and so therefore it's great that even if they were private copies, it was great that it was done, and we got this release and the other one up there as well. The record is released in 3,000 copies. Mine has got number 2,300, and I think they sold out pretty fast on the record store day. And I can understand that. It's not very expensive, and it's well made. We've got this great gatefold cover. Most of the images are taken by a Swedish photographer, Jan Persson, who was Swede, of course, but he worked a lot in Denmark, so he took a lot of photos here, and his photos have been used for this one. The tunes are here, as you can. Yeah, I mentioned them before. As you can see, it's pretty many of the standard tunes that we find on many Bill Evans trio recordings. Waltz for Debbie, How My Heart Sings, My Foolish Heart. So the music is maybe not new to if you have some Bill Evans records, but this, you know, in a way, it's always new. They always interact in a new way, in a different way, and they really play well together. Though the trio was just about 1 year old at this time, you get the feeling that they know each other very well musically. So they perform great. They're in top form, and there's a booklet with the release with some great photos. Jan Persson again. There's an interview with Larry Bunker. Maybe not on this side. Hope you can see it here. So good stuff to read and look at while you're listening, or before or after. It's nice, and that's what elemental music also always does. Put on some extra material here, so that's pretty nice. The record here, and you see it. I can take it out here. It's comes with a poly-lined inner sleeve, and nice. It's flat. It's reasonably quiet. It's not the most quiet vinyl I've heard, but it's okay. It's quiet. It's sounds good. It's almost 180 gram. Not that that's very important. 170 gram does this record weight. Of course, there has been some digital processing on the tapes. There, I know that Ole Mathisen did some corrections in the beginning. Then the material got to Elemental Music, where it was restored, sound restoration by Marc Dutrepont, and the mastering for the LP is done by Bernie Grundman, as you can see here probably. So we're in good hands. I think this was pressed at Optimal. Actually, I do not know, but they did a good job. They did a better job than on some of these LPs on Treasure. I had to have some of these changed. This is okay. This is, well, it's okay plus. And yeah, so everything is good so far until we get to side 2 of this recording. The first the tunes on the first side is made in the Danish radio house. It's called Directed Translated, and the tunes, the first 5 tunes on page 2 is recorded in the where they made the TV broadcasts. TV City, it was called. And unfortunately, there's some, I don't know what you can call it. There's some digital noise, I think it is. It's very, you cannot unhear it, and first you've heard it. It's hard to to let go of. It is especially audible in the beginning of My Foolish Heart here. It sounds like there's some cymbals or hi-hats going on in the next room, but with some digitalized noise added to it. It sounds almost like my ultrasonic cleaner, which is in the next room here, but it's not that one. I'll give you a little sound sample of how it sounds. Well, I hope you were able to hear what I'm talking about. Or, well, maybe I should hope that you were not able to hear it, but I can hear it. It was from the first time I heard that side of this one, and it's a shame. It's a shame because this is great music. It's from Copenhagen. That's where I live, so it has a special meaning and importance to me. My father even worked where was recorded in these days in the early 60s. He worked for the Danish National Radio, not involved in this, but I've been to the studios where this one was recorded, so I know that the sound is good there. And I think it is good, well recorded, but how somebody could not hear what you've just heard or deliberately maybe let it pass, that's beyond me. I think it's a shame. I don't know if it's on the CD as well. It's not on the it's not connected to the pressing of the record. It's a quite a different sound. So yeah, that's too bad. Somebody should slap somebody's fingers here. I don't know who it is, but it's probably during the digital process. On side two, the treble is rather sharp. I don't know if they put up the level too much or whatever happened. But yeah, that's sad. That being said, in any other ways, this is a great release. I'm glad we got it. I could have hoped that it would not have had this defect, but I don't think it'll help getting it replaced. I think every release has this one. Let me know if you got the record and have listened to it. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, this technical thing, and the music as well. I think I'll be listening to it anyway. It's not that I won't keep it or won't play it, but yeah, I've expected a little more. But it's good. It's here. It's good that we got this music, and I hope if you're interested, then you'll be able to get a copy. They are for sale on the secondary market, but it's probably sold out in the shops because there's only 3,000 copies on Bill Evans, and the trio is it's a great name. Yeah, so that was my view and experience with this one. I hope you enjoyed my video, even though there's a little sad news in it. And I hope to see you back next time. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.